Well, here is my new bike. I had built this because Irene couldn't drive the Toyota Highlander, so we took our little Honda Civic with a roof rack, and I did a lot of the things before I left. I took the engine apart and rebuilt the engine and did all the electrical and tried to figure out how it would go on the new bike. I ordered this frame and had it sent to my friend's house who lives here a few months ago, and then I was waiting to get here, and then I thought I could, that took me 6 weeks in Massachusetts to do the electrical and the engine on and off. But then things didn't work out the way I thought, and and it took me quite a while. But this little thing is really working just great. Well, here's my bike in front of our house. There's my three-wheel motorcycle, my Go4, and there's our house in Florida. Used to have a couple of tall tall palm trees. I cut those down 70 feet tall. I was thinking with hurricanes and things, I don't want to crash it into the house, but that's the front of the house, and that's the street with 15 mile an hour, with a 15 mile an hour speed limit and so forth. So, okay, and so here it is. It's got an all aluminum frame with a built-in half-gallon gas tank that I'll be using as a reserve. And then from Kansas City, I had this 1.6 gallon all aluminum gas tank built, and I had to figure out how to mount it and things, and to get everything working right. Then I had leaking gas here and there. I just had problem after problem. And then I had this open with the main belt that runs from the engine. And some old lady pulled out in front of me. I was going about 30 down these roads here, and she was on a bike about 15 feet away, and she just pulled out in front of me, just on a bike going the opposite side of the road, and I'm weaving and this and that, my foot right into the engine. My foot is still screwed up. I couldn't believe it, so I said no more. There's just too many crazy people out there. So I put the cover on. It's got the same 16-inch sheet with a 61-inch drive belt, and there's a belt inside that cover there, and collapsible baskets. That one, they fold out and so forth. I have this is an ammo box right here. It was green, and I bought it from Harbor Freight, and I painted it black, and inside it has a 20 amp sealed battery, and many of my electricals and tools and things, and I thought somebody's gonna be able to steal all this. So I drilled some holes and put a right angle trailer hitch lock right here, and that's what locks all my tools and things. And I thought, since I don't have fenders, I'll mount my tail light there. And there I have my Massachusetts plate, and that really is that metal thing is a ramp. You can screw 2x8s or 2x10s and use it as a ramp for lawnmowers and riding mowers and motorcycles, what have you. So I use that as my license plate mount, and nobody can steal it. Then here's my other collapsible that I have open with one of the locks I have, and my wallet and things are in there. And then I have many of the electrical components, the blinkers and things that are in this box. This wiring just took me forever to get this thing figured out, even though I did it before on another bike. But things just didn't work out. This is much harder than just making a motorcycle, because it has to function as a bicycle with a chain, and with the bicycle pedals, and just like the original Harleys. And I did my best to make it look like a 1908 Harley with a muffler going underneath. Mounted it as best I could like the antique Harleys, and I did the same curved intake manifold and put a larger carburetor from a 125cc motorcycle Kuni 19mm carburetor, and then the same type of wheels I did on my other bike that Harley used in the early 1900s, Sturmy Archer, and has drum brakes on it. And this is a double Springer fork, but I used the old Harley. I had to find these. These are made in England. Sturmy Archer wheels with drum brakes on the front and back, and they're real wide. These are the same. These are 2.35-inch tires, same size that they had on probably Honda, I don't know, 65s and Honda 90s or something. And but it works well. And I of course have a let's see, where is that? I can't see because there's so much sun out here. An air horn and all the same controls. A USB charger. Where is that? Right there. And you can't see it. It's so much sun. A tachometer. It's not. You can't see it right here. It comes on when the motor's running, and of course my GPS, which is also my odometer and speedometer, and front and rear blinkers, just like my other bike. I don't know if you can see this in the sun. There's one of the blinkers flashing. And I have them on both sides, and of course brake lights like a motorcycle. I didn't have to do all this, but to register, this is registered as a moped, but it's a little illegal. It says 49 cc's, but it's really 79 cc's, and I hopped up the engine a little bit. So with me on it, with my weight, it goes about 43 miles an hour. I've had it totally. I haven't broken in the engine all together yet, but that's basically what it looks like. It's really cool. I've had several people trying to get me to build them one, but boy, this just took me too long. This one took me, the first one after I finally got it going right, took me a year or so, and then this one took me 3.5 months. I thought I'd be just zipping it off, but nope, it's just hard because it still is a bicycle, and to make everything work right. You know, the frame is a little wider and has the tank, which I didn't care if I had or not, but so it's a little better tank, but it still basically was a bicycle that you make you get into a motorized bicycle. So, and it really goes pretty well. So now I'm going to try my GoPro. I don't have a helmet. I have a little cap and so forth, and I'm going to try to put my microphones. I don't know if I'll be able to hear, so when I'm done with the trip I'll see, but I'll heading off to the ocean. I'll go to the Indian River, and then go to Hutchinson Island and to the ocean. Okay, well, I'm going to start the bike up, and I'll get